Joined now by Lee Zeldin, former congressman, should have been the governor of New York if people were actually sane in that state. Sitting with us right here. We appreciate you being here. I'm going to dive right into it because the boldest claim that's been made on the show, I would say in the last year, Mark Simone, WOR, our lead-in, said Trump is going to win New York. When you look at the data, when you look at the movement in the 2 years since you ran statewide and almost won, do you buy that idea? Where do the numbers lay right now as you see it?
I do not own Mark's crystal ball, but I will say President Trump can win New York. I would say that's difficult, that it's uphill. However, the political earth under us in New York has shifted right. Since 2022, new issues have emerged. Like when I ran, the border crisis was not a top 3 issue. Now, for a lot of voters, it is their number 1 issue. The voter registration numbers have moved in our favor as well. The Democratic registration's down, Republican registration's up, Conservative Party registration is up, non-affiliated voter registration up. Eric Adams' numbers have gotten worse. Kathy Hochul's numbers have gotten worse. Joe Biden's numbers have gotten worse. And President Trump's had an opportunity to campaign inside of New York. We saw the rally in the South Bronx. Yep. He showed up at Jose Alba's bodega. He was at the construction site in Lower Manhattan. The rally in Wildwood in New Jersey was in the same media market. And the political prosecution of President Trump is something that doesn't resonate with independent-minded people. And then these longtime Democrat voters who have voted Democrat their whole lives are prioritizing issues that are more important than blind partisan loyalty. They want safe streets. They want to have a better quality education for their kids. They care about prosperity and freedom. They want a secure border. So I believe that if President Trump gets out there and works for it, he talks about his solutions to issues that matter most to these voters, he can build off of the success we had in 2022 and get over the top. Can he win? Yes. Is he guaranteed to win? I would have to yield to Mr. Simone's crystal ball.
Are there any congressional seats that are up that you think are winnable or that are going to be super important races? Because as we've talked about, you leading the red charge, if you will, in New York State for that governor's race in 2022 certainly helped pull across some key wins for the Republicans to give us a House majority. Are there any others in New York right now that you're seeing where you're saying this is a winnable one, this is a flippable one? What is it telling you?
Yeah, there definitely are opportunities to go on offense. First off, 6 Republican House freshmen were elected in 22 in districts that Joe Biden won. There are some really tough races that we need to hold. As far as going on offense, New York 18, Allison Esposito running for that seat that Pat Ryan is currently in. Allison, 25-year NYPD veteran. She was a commanding officer of her precinct in the NYPD. Her father was an NYPD chief. She's campaigning hard. She was my running mate back in 2022, and that is probably the top targeted pickup, the best opportunity we have on Long Island. New York 3. This was a seat that Republicans won in 22. They lost in the special election. They can win back. It's not going to be easy. That's Mike LaPetri, who's running in the 3rd Congressional District. Both of those are opportunities on offense that we can win, but they're not going to be easy.
You basically won the House for the Republican Party because not only did you run an incredibly contested statewide race, but Long Island flipped, and you ran through a bunch of those districts right now. A big part of that was Black, Hispanic, Asian voters moving to the Republican Party. Do you think that's continued to happen? You mentioned the rally that Trump did in the Bronx. A lot of people of a variety of different backgrounds. Have those numbers continued to move? What do you see on the ground in New York?
Yeah, that's a really important point. The answer is yes, but we can't just expect or assume these voters just come around on their own. We have to show up, and we have to keep showing up. And you can't show up and pander and say, I love Black people, vote for me. I love Asian people, vote for me. I love Hispanic people, vote for me. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work, and it shouldn't work. But if you show up, talk to them about substantive issues that they care about, their kids' education, you talk to them about making their streets safer. They've been burned by Democratic policies. They are ready.
Lee Zeldin, real quick, 10 seconds. Any chance you might get involved in Trump 2.0, the next administration?
We'll see. The November 6th decisions, I'm going to save for November 6th, but I'm all in to help get Donald Trump and J.D. Vance into office. That's what I do know.
Fantastic. All right, if you had $100,000 saved 15 years ago, today it'd be worth, with buying power adjusted, $70 grand. That's due to both inflation and out-of-control government spending. Just for comparison's sake, if you had taken that $100,000, a lot of money, and invested it in gold, it would be worth twice that and then some. How you protect the value of the dollars in your savings account, that's up to you. But investing a portion of your savings in gold, that's a smart way to protect the value of some of your savings. Gold has become easy to access, easy to own. Whether you want it in your savings account, your 401k, your IRA, Birch Gold is who we trust to make your first purchase or your latest purchase of gold that much easier. For over 20 years, Birch Gold has helped concerned Americans transition an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. To learn more, get a free info kit by texting my name, Buck, to 989898. Birch Gold has an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. Text Buck to 989898 and claim your free, no-obligation info kit on gold.